What's up, y'all? Back with another video today. No trades for me today, so instead I'm gonna show you guys how you could have avoided this loss today. If you didn't take it, great job. It was a pretty mediocre trade in my opinion. If you did take it, always something to learn from it. So, first thing we're gonna go over is we are moving in an uptrend. Look at the 1 hour. How are you going to tell me this is bearish right here? You can't predict the high and you can't predict the low of the market, so why try to trade against the trend? Um, Besides that, we had this 4 hour fair value gap down here that you're maybe looking to target pretty far away, in my opinion. No actual flip in the market, so there's no way for me to tell. It's also like this gap doesn't have to get hit for us to continue moving higher, as like opposed to this high up here. If we're trading and trying to go long here, in order for us to continue higher, we have to hit this high. There's no way of avoiding it. That's how I viewed it this morning. So I didn't really want to take shorts unless we had some nice volume down. Second thing, look at this chop right here, fellas. Come on. Why are we trading in this right now? At the time of taking the trade, we're sitting right here. Does this invalidate the chop whatsoever? Does this tell me, okay, we finally moved out of this range and we're going lower? No. Same thing on the higher time frame when I took shorts the other day. We're chopping all up here. Once we finally break out of that chop, we move towards the draw and liquidity. So today, until we broke out of this range, I was not going to take a trade as I didn't have enough conviction in taking the trade. And when we did break, it was pretty low volume. We didn't have anything crazy. What I would have liked to see is maybe two large candles breaking out, retrace, continuation back to those highs up there. Something I really would have liked today. We didn't get it, so I just stayed hands off. But this trade, setup wise, it does not look terrible, you know? Putting in a lower high, meaning we're going lower, get that retracement, get a nice displacement candle, and validating the retrace. It's really just this range, you know? We've seen it once. What if we were targeting these highs? We get a great setup right here or right here. People took this. We're still in this range. We have not broken the high or a low. We're just bouncing off of them. So what is going to tell you that, okay, I entered now, so it's definitely going to break? Like, there's just not enough conviction for that. Once we break out, though, however, that makes me think, okay, we're not going to bounce off this anymore. We show that we're going to push past it and go lower. That makes sense then. But until that happens, there's no point in me really taking a trade, you know? I didn't have any conviction in it. That's pretty much the like two only reasons why is one, moving upwards didn't have enough conviction in this 4 hour gap getting hit, and two, just the chop. Even the 15-minute looked pretty bad. Look at that. Rejecting, rejecting. We rejected these highs once. So what is going to tell me that, okay, the one time I take a trade, we're going to go higher, which would have been this long setup right here, which honestly wasn't even a terrible trade, besides the fact that we're chopping and whatnot. Would have been a crazy RR trade if it did hit, but that is pretty much just what kept me away, and that's how you guys can avoid some losses next time. Make sure you're collecting data on your own setups and own trades. This is just the data that I've collected and what works for me. So just make sure you guys have your own data. But this definitely helped me out.